Sue Tiger from Tiger Gardens, and today I'm going on a field trip. We just finished the last market of 2023, and while I'm very sad, I'm about to see one of our favorite vendors, Fruitful Vines from Sullivan, Illinois. They grow the best tomatoes on earth. Not even I can grow tomatoes so good, and they keep us supplied from May to October. So I'm thrilled to go out and see them, and we're going to see the last of their greenhouse and get as many tomatoes as I possibly can. And here I am at Fruitful Vines in Sullivan, Illinois, the best tomatoes on earth.
We start 1st of January with seed. Start from seed, planting in little rock wool cubes is what we use. It's
Okay.
Little cubes pressed out of rock wool. And start our seeds, and a month later they come in here in this greenhouse, plant them, transplant them out into the pots, and
But you said you don't have your seeds yet.
we don't have our seeds yet. We'll be
Okay.
ordering those in December.
Okay.
Get our supplies around in December, and
Like how many you're gonna get?
we usually buy 1,000 seeds to start with.
Okay.
And
How many varieties do you get?
we've been doing 3 varieties, but this next year we're planning to step that up to probably 5 or 6. Do some heirloom
Okay.
varieties and just keep on adding a few more things like that.
Okay.
But at this point, up to now, we've been doing three different varieties,
So how
or
does
maybe
this-
3 different kinds of tomatoes. We've been doing the yellows and the Romas and the reds. We've had 2 varieties of just the regular red slicers.
Okay. And you sell at the farmer's market and
Farmers market from here at the farm, and a little bit wholesale.
Okay.
Produce auction. We do some of that, but that pretty much catches our excess.
so then you produce for the family too. Do you do
Oh, yeah.
canning?
Canning, freezing.
Do you?
Oh,
What
yeah.
kind of stuff do you can?
That's a good question.
I've never
for my
asked you this
wife.
before.
Salsas, soups, just, right now she has a bunch of chunked tomatoes in that she's
Okay.
going to make stuff with later.
Okay. Do you can tomatoes?
Canned tomatoes, like just chunk them up and can them. She freezes them, but I don't think she cans chunks of tomatoes.
Okay.
Just, I think it's mostly the stuff she'd be canning would be salsas, soups, relishes.
Okay. What
Yeah.
other stuff do you grow out here besides tomatoes?
The whole spectrum for
Okay.
ourselves, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And we put out a full garden.
So we're at the end of the season here, right? And so, what's left on the vines? Is it? Are you gonna pick it?
A few leftovers. We'll probably we'll pick what's good, but
Okay.
most of this stuff has been rotting before it even turns.
But it's green and beautiful and.
So we have basically what it is a little starter greenhouse. We start all our seeds and stuff in here.
Okay.
What we use for heat is hot water. We have the hot water pipes running underneath our tables here.
Oh.
And that way the heat comes from the bottom up. And have a little heat exchanger there. Grow lights here, and we fill this little thing up.
Okay.
It pretty much all the tables. When we're ready to transplant, this whole thing is clear full of tomato plants. They're about 6 or 8 inches high.
Beautiful. Okay, so how does this work?
So we just take our little seeds and drop them right into each of these little holes. Take the back end of a pencil and push them down a little bit, and then cover this with the newspaper. And
Okay.
soak it down with water, just plain water.
Is it in like a tray? Like a...
No, we just have them just like this. Just,
Oh,
you know.
okay.
Yeah, water. Keep them watered. keep them moist, and it's about 3 or 4 days, and the seeds will be popping up. And then we take the newspaper off and let the little seedlings go for it. First thing we had is we had tight soil. It was not draining well, and our water would just sit there and not get away. It was getting waterlogged. So I just came in with the tractor and the forks and dug it up just as deep as I could. Dug it up. We added chicken litter to it, added compost to it some, and yeah, that just really cover cropped it last fall. Like put a cover crop in. Radishes and oats is what we put in, and those tillage radishes, they get great big long things, you know, they'll burrow down into the ground.
You mean throughout the winter? So you planted?
They died off. They died off in the winter, but we planted it in the fall and let it grow for a while. And then they finally winter killed. But yeah, that really made a big difference. We had 3 times the yield off this greenhouse this year from what we did last year. This year. And I say it's mostly because of that soil amendment.
That's amazing. And look at all these tomatoes. I'm so excited. And they just look fantastic. I mean, check these out. They're just gorgeous. Love them. Hit the jackpot.